Okay, boys and girls, so we're going to check our work from page 363 and 364. You'll need to zoom in so that you can see it and pause this video. There are 8 points on this page, and there's another 8 on the next page, and we're going to combine them together. One of the things you should note is at the bottoms, you should have cubic units, or as they label it here. So please make sure you do that. If you don't have that, you may write that in. You don't have to count it wrong, but that is something that's very important to have. Okay, and again, we're correcting this page, so please make sure that you pause this video and check your work carefully. And again, if you don't have cubic units, write those in on problems at the top. So those 2 pages are scored together. Please make sure you snap a picture of this and submit it in your math Google Classroom. Make sure I can see your score and your work in the image. So our lesson for today is going to continue with volume. And what you're going to have to do, and you'll do a good job at it because you were visualizing volume yesterday, but your I can statements are, I can count layers to determine volume. I can calculate volume of rectangular prisms. You're watching this Explain Everything video now, and your homework for today is to complete Math Journal pages 365 and 366. All right, so we are on page 365, and it says explore layers. You can use layers of a cube to build rectangular prisms. Each layer of these rectangular prisms is 4 cubes by 2 cubes. And you can see the cubes here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then it goes back. There's 1 back there. There's a row of 4 back there. 1, 2, 3, 4. My dots aren't very good on that one. This one should probably be there and not at the side since we're counting that way. So in this first layer, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you'll want to write in 8 on the blank. Change back to a black pen. Okay, now that was layer 1. Now there's 8 on this bottom one down here. So we know that's 8. Now they want us to say how many more are in this part. Well, if this one is 8, the yellow is 8, then also the green has to be 8 more. So 8 plus 8 is 16. Now they've given you 3 layers here. So we have the same 8 on the bottom from before. We have 8 more in that layer. And we have 8 more in that layer. So if you look at 8 here, 8 here, and 8 in the blue, 8 plus 8 plus 8, or 8 times 3, is 24. So now what I want you to do is I want you to do 4 layers, 5 layers, and 6 layers. So the next part of this is just really recording what we did above. It says the volume of the prism is the number of cubes needed to build the prism. The volume is recorded in cubic units. Write the volume of the prism in cubic units. So let's go back to layer 1 and look at what we did. We had 4 times 2, and there's only 1 layer of that. So only 1 layer there. So 4 times 2 is 8 times 1 is 8. So basically we put 8 there. And now we have the same 4 We have 2 rows of that. And then we have 2 layers of that. And so that goes back up to this question up here with the yellow and the green and 2 layers up above. Right up here. That one is going to be 16. So 4 times 2 is 8, times 2 more is 16. And then you can go ahead and finish the rest. So what we're supposed to do on this page is we're going to figure out what is the length, what is the width, what is the height of something, and then we're going to figure out how do we solve the volume by using the formula length times width times height. And then that is the same as the volume over here. So this is the problem that you do, and this one is the answer, is the volume. So we have this rectangular shape in pink. The length is 6. So we want to write 6 there. Come on, pen. And that one's centimeters. And the width is the area going back. That's 15 centimeters. The height is going up, and that is 10 centimeters. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to take 6 times 15, and then we're going to multiply that by 10. And you would have to do 6 times 15 probably on the paper. And since you're multiplying by 10, you would just add 1 more 0. So let's get to the next one so we can figure that one out. So this question states, okay, we have 12 layers at the bottom. So the length is 12 down here. And so we need to mark in 12. And this is 12 meters. Going back, the width going back is here. And I just scribbled over it, but that is 4 meters. And the height is also 4 meters. And the height would be this one going up this way, the height. So we would use our pen again. Let me get to a black. And I'm going to enlarge it a little bit so you can see. We're going to take 12, parenthesis, 12 times 4, parenthesis, times 4. Length times width times height. And then you would have to do that math work. Let's set up the last one together, and then I think you can do the rest on your own. So this one is 5 inches for the length here, 5. The width is 4 inches here, and then the height is 8 inches here. So we would write 5 inches here, 4 inches, and I see I spelled inches wrong there, so we'll get rid of that, and then 8 inches. And then you would multiply parenthesis 5 times 4, parenthesis times 8, and see what you get. Please make sure once you're done that you snap a picture of these 2 pages so that I can see that you have done the work. And that's 365 and 366. And make sure you submit that in Google Classroom. And if you don't know how, there is a video in Seesaw and Google Classrooms on how to do it.